Namaste. My name is Vijay Kapoor, and it's my pleasure and honor to introduce Dr. Jayarajan. And I'm particularly happy to make this introduction because I am Dr. Jayarajan's next door neighbor. And so Dr. Jayarajan has a clinic upstairs, and next to that is where I conduct classes in Vedanta myself. And so we are close to each other. In fact, this is how I met him. I decided to just walk in one day and talk to him. And I became his patient. And while he was analyzing, I have some skin problems, some eczema. I think the way he analyzed it, and the way he taught, the basics of it, he asked questions about, my lifestyle and so on, convinced me that he is not only a doctor, but he's also a teacher. And this is a beautiful combination, because to go to someone who can simply take your symptoms and just deal with it, but one that has some background for it, like it's very much like music, when you have to go to someone that sings very well and you enjoy it, but if their basics are in classical music, which is the very basis of all music, then it's so much better. And so I was very impressed by him, and I decided that we will invite many of our students also to come. And so for that reason, I'm very happy with him. If you allow me one more minute, I want to talk about one other thing. So in Ayurveda, as Dr. will say, the word in Sanskritam is called swasthya. So it's very interesting that in English and Hindi and so on, particularly in English and other Western languages, you can pick up a word like health, which means things to people, but there is no etymological meaning for health. This is not true of the Vedic Upavedas and so on, which Ayurveda is part of that. So there, the word needs to mean something. It is not just a word that you can pick up, like health. I don't know how it came about, H-E-I-L-T-H. But the word should be swasthya, and it means something. The meaning of swasthya is that one that is self-correcting. Doesn't need any extra. If you have some problems, then this is what he's going to talk about. You can make some modifications to it. But other than that, the basic self is balanced. Swasmin tishtati iti swastha tasya bhavaha swasthya. This is how the Sanskrit etymology goes. And so it's very interesting that in Vedanta, we have exactly the same concept. And in fact, even at the very deep end of it, it says that the human nature, which is Atma, Paramatma, Jivatma, and so Atma, is swasya tishtata. It doesn't need anything. And so the end of the knowledge, we think that we need something. We need the outside world. And we do to a certain extent to make a living and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, the knowledge is swasthya. So in that sense also, both the Ayurveda and the Vedanta have a lot in common, and it gives me an additional reason to be very happy to introduce Dr. Jayarajan. Doctor.
Hello. Are you able to hear me? Namaste. Thank you, Kapoorji, for nice introduction. And you already has established how I need to start my talk. It's about, because it is so clear and so deep that the concept swastha. 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 Swa means self. Stha means established. When you establish in yourself your innate balance, your innate truth, that state is called swastha. The absence of disease is aroga. If there is no disease, that is aroga. That is not swastha. You don't have any disease doesn't mean that you are completely healthy. Absence of symptom is not health. Samadoshaha samagnischa samadhatu malakriya prasanna atmendriya manaha swastha ityabhidiyate. Very clear definition in Ayurveda. Who is a swastha? Who is considered as established in that individual's innate balance, innate truth? There your functional balance, your digestive and metabolic balance, we are going to talk about that today. Your balance of your nourishment, balance of your elimination, prasanna atma indriyam manaha, pleasant and vibrant, atma the soul, indriya the sense organs, manaha the mind. If somebody holds this criteria all very well, he or she is called a swastha. So that prasanna atma, you are here for a purpose, you are in a journey. When you are able to accomplish that vibrancy, that balance, that pleasantness is the prasanna atma. So Ayurveda and Vedanta are not similar. Ayurveda is from Vedanta because Ayurveda is rooted in the Shad Darshanas. From the Indian philosophical background, Shad Darshanas, the combination of 6 philosophies, in that the spine is Vedanta. Sankhya and Vedanta are the main philosophical foundation of Ayurveda, the Upaveda of Atharva Veda. So I'm so happy to be here. I'm coming all the way from the other side of the globe, Kerala, and very passionate about sharing this knowledge. I'm representing an Ayurvedic lineage, and from the founder's time onwards, it was very clear that this is not for a group, this is not for a geography, this is for the entire mankind. So following that footsteps of our founder, I am here very happy to share all this knowledge with you. And this needs to be shared everywhere. So the whole life, this is for Ayurveda. So wherever I get a chance to talk about Ayurveda, I'm there, wherever it is. So thank you so much for coming here. I will try to make my discussion as simple as possible in a layman's language. I won't use too much of technical terminologies. And I will definitely make sure that you are able to take something home today to make your life better, your journey towards the swasthya, the swastha. Okay? So with that note, just a little bit of an introduction to who we are and what we are doing. So today I'm going to cover, these are the topics I would like to cover. An introduction, relevance of holistic approach, what is Ayurveda, foundational principles of Ayurveda, digestion, the secret of healthy life and longevity. Managing mind is managing life, principles of living and practical tips for healthy digestion and longevity. When I checked about the topic, digestion, metabolism, and longevity considered as a very important topic for current days, because whatever we are doing at home or outside, our mind, everything is influencing these two systems. That is why the following slides will tell you what is the relevance of Ayurveda. A little bit of an introduction. I am representing Kerala Ayurveda. It is an Ayurvedic institution established in 1945 on the banks of the holy river Periyar in Kerala by the founder Vaidyan K.G.K. Panikar. He started Kerala Ayurveda in his one-room apothecary and now became an institution, a leader in the authentic Ayurvedic education and services. We have 35 clinics and wellness centers in India, 3 hospitals. In Bangalore, we have an international healing facility called Ayurveda Gram, where I was the chief medical officer for almost 11 years before moving here to US in 2010. So we have academies both in India and in the US. The whole passion is to bring the root knowledge as is without any dilution. That's the whole passion. When I teach, when I talk, I always tell people that there is nothing from my pocket. There is nothing I gathered from internet. There is nothing from my pocket. We have no need of anything from my pocket. Everything is there in the Ayurvedic root text. Whether it is Ashtanga Hridayam or Charaka Samhita or Sushra Samhita, every information required to make you a healthy, harmonious, happy, peaceful human being who is able to live the longest possible. This is the goal of Ayurveda. Ayukkamaya manena dharma artha sukha sadhana. To accomplish the dharma, artha, kama, moksha, and purusharthas, you need to be healthy, harmonious, happy, peaceful, and able to live the longest. That is exactly the goal of Ayurveda. So, moving forward, what we do, we are into Ayurvedic education. The academy is suite number 206. We conduct many classes. We do public education. We do professional certification programs. State of California and State of Washington approved certification programs. Ayurvedic Wellness Counselor, that is our foundational first level program, 1 year. Then Ayurvedic Practitioner, another year above the Ayurvedic Wellness Counselor. We just launched Ayurvedic Doctor program this year. We are going to start that in September. So overall, from the first level onwards, to accomplish an Ayurvedic Doctor program, to finish it, it will take 4.5 to 5 years. And I created that program aligning to the BAMS syllabus in India, and also the benchmark for Ayurvedic education by World Health Organization. We conduct many workshops. We conduct many series, webinar series. One of the series is Ashtanga Hridayam. We have a good enrollment for that. What we do, we take the Ashtanga Hridayam root text, chant each sloka in Sanskrit, make the participants to chant the sloka, explain verbatim meaning of that sloka, and explain the deeper meanings of the slokas. Because in the Vedic literature, every word is only a placeholder. It is written in aphorism form, sutra form. Sutra means one word is only the beginning of a thread. So you can explain usually the first 2 lines of Ashtanga Hridayam in Gurukula Sampradaya. We take 4 to 6 months to explain. First 2 lines. Ragadi rogan satatanu shaktan asheshakaya prasradan asheshan autsukya moharatitan jakhana yo apurva vaidyaya namostu tasmai. This is a Mangalacharana. 4 to 6 months. Because if you start explaining from Ragadi, it goes on. Days and days and days. So that is the tradition we hold. We have a wellness center. Here we conduct all the Panchakarma, whatever, when you go to an Ayurvedic hospital in Kerala, whatever therapies or program you can get it here in Milpitas. We do conduct Ayurvedic consultations. We have all traditional Ayurvedic oils and lehyams and kashayams and arishtams, all the herbs and formulations with us. So we are fully equipped to support the community. And bottom line is community. Whatever information I share, whatever information I gather, whatever I do, finally it is to the community. If there is no community, I don't have any value in this world as a Vaidya, as a teacher. So bottom line is community. And we really want to support. We really want to help. For us, for me, this is not a job. For us, this is not just a business. We really want to do good for everybody walking into our center. So whenever you get a chance, you are welcome to to visit our center. We have a good, group of Ayurvedic Vaidyas working with us here. So myself, Dr. Sheena, she is from Cochin. Dr. Rekha, she is here with me today. Dr. Namyada Padak Gandhi, Alka Mulakaluri, she is heading our Panchakarma department. Izumi Hirayama, Dr. Kamya Pillai, Dr. Ambali Sudhagaran, Dr. Gurminder Sahasi, she is also an Ayurvedic practitioner and a clinical psychologist. So this is a team, and we have a very good, a group really want to help and share this knowledge. That is the introduction. Now the relevance. Why we need such a system like Ayurveda, which is so old, right? Why we need such a system when the most modern sciences are really, the development of science and technology is amazing. Some examples. See, artificial intelligence for everybody. Artificial embryo, human embryo, artificial human embryo. Genetic fortune telling. One drop of saliva of a newborn baby is enough to tell what disease this child is prone to. And where is the ancestry of this child? What type of problem this child is carrying? A lot of advancement in science and technology. That is good. Not bad, it's so good. But if it is really a progress in the humanity, in the human knowledge, human development, we all should be more happy. The world should be more healthy. The world should be more happy. There should be, then only you can say that it's a human progress, correct? When we have more technology, more science advancement, we all should be having less suffering, less diseases. We should be more happy. But the story is slightly different. Okay, wake up call. The US is the most obese nation in the world, just ahead of Mexico. 2 out of 3 children born are getting into the obese mode, even in the childhood. The spend for diabetes in the US, see the number, 90 billion reduced productivity, 327 billion total cost to manage diabetes. Okay, this is another challenge. Times Magazine, we always, when something comes in Times Magazine, we just follow because we think Times Magazine, something comes, there should be a reason to come. This Times Magazine told us in 1984 that fat is so bad for you. Fat is so bad for you. You need to stop butter. You need to stop all the fat. Not at all good for you. The same Times Magazine, not another magazine, okay? Same Time Magazine, exactly after 30 years, in 2014 mentioned, fat is so important. Eat fat. So what will happen, somebody believing in Times and say that, oh, fat is so bad, and restricting all the fat intake, 30 years, they are going to get into major neurological degenerative problems and autoimmune conditions and mental disorders, because healthy fat is so important to keep your nervous system with integrity and functionality, and your mind and your whole system. This is the relevance of a science like Ayurveda and yoga. This is the real relevance. Because if it is progress, what are we missing? If science and technology is really progressing, but number of diseases are increasing, number of patients are increasing, number of non-treatable conditions are increasing, there is something missing. Otherwise, it should not be like that. And what is missing is the soul and the heart in the health and health management. The soul and the heart. Body is intact. We can go to a cell. In the cell, we can go to a gene, and we can manipulate even the gene. We are capable of doing that. But what is really missing is the soul and heart. So there comes systems like Ayurveda and yoga. Just to give you an introduction about Ayurveda, this is from the Vedic period. Vedic period is between 2000, 4000 BC. There are a lot of debates about it exact. But anyway, it is minimum 5,000, 4,000, 5,000 years. And built on the Shad Darshanas. the strong philosophical foundation from ancient India. What is the merit of that? The merit is everything is based on the true principles of nature. Nothing as an opinion. Nothing as an opinion. Everything is very clearly based on the true principles of nature, the true principles of the cosmos. That is why in Ayurveda there are 3 doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. It will never become 4. Vata will never change to something else. The 5 elements will never change. There is no 6th element. There will not be any 4. Because these are all truth of the nature. There is no new version of the truth. Truth is always one. Correct? There is no new version of truth. If it is truth, it's only one. So whether it is 5,000 years or 10,000 years, 15,000 years, the Ayurvedic principle will be the same. Because these are all true principles of nature that will never change. So it covers all the facets of human being, the physical, mental, spiritual, all aspects of human life. Okay? Now there is a problem. When I say about 5,000, 6,000 years, again the issue is it still relevant? Because we have came a long way. It may be outdated if it is so old. Because the antibiotics invented 10 years ago is totally different now. There's a new version of all the medications. What we used 20 years back, it is found to be bad. Now there is something good. We don't know when that is going to be bad. Right? So if you worry or if you doubt about whether it is still relevant or it's just a belief system Ayurveda or it has any depth, any structure, here are some information for you to understand that. Ayurveda is a system that implemented transplantation surgeries before 500 BCE. 500 years before Christ, before AD, 500. The father of modern medicine, Hippocrates, is 240 BC. Much before the father of modern medicine, Ayurveda was doing transplantation surgery. Now, you may think that this is a story somebody has written. What are you talking about? Surgery in BCs? Who gave anesthesia? Who gave that? Technology, all those things, right? If you have a doubt, go and Google, go to the YouTube and check Sushruda's transplantation surgery. You will see a documentary created by the plastic surgeons of Russia. Now, not 500 years before. Recently, they created a documentary saying that the Sushruda's methodology of transplantation surgery is much more effective and easier than the modern transplantation surgeries. You can go and check. Transplantation surgery Sushruta. They are explaining certain case studies. There is a patient there. They will read the Sushruta Samhita and tell you what difference it makes. Okay? This is a system that identified 20 stages of diabetes and high blood sugar. How you identify your blood sugar, your diabetes, whether you are diabetic or not? When you check your blood sugar is very high, correct? Ayurveda says that is the 20th stage of diabetes. An Ayurveda practitioner will be able to identify your diabetes much, much before you get high blood sugar. Okay? So there are 19 stages before that. It is a system that identifies that each individual has a unique constitution. It is a system that zooms out, see everything as one. Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. The entire, the earth. This is the mother nature. Every, human beings and animals and plants and every worm and grass is a part of one family, sharing the same resources. Born for the same mother, going back to the same. Right? While we are zooming out and see everything as one, Ayurveda also goes zooming in to an individual based on the individual constitution. So it's a personalized medicine, understanding the whole nature, and we are a part of the nature. Just a moment. System want to project me. Okay. So a system that explains that the digestive, metabolic, immune, and healing systems are within the individual, hence individual is the healer. We always, when you get a disease, what you do? You run to a hospital. Why? My healing is in the hospital. My healing is with a doctor. But Ayurveda says, hey, no. All the problems, the diseases are happening in your mind and body. At the same time, all the systems to help you recover from the problems are also working inside your mind-body system. Digestion is inside you, metabolism is inside you, immune system is inside you. All the healing mechanisms are inside you. Who is the real healer? You are the healer. Then you may ask, in that case, why am I not able to manage the problem on my own? Or why am I getting the problem? So the answer is, knowingly or unknowingly, your diet, your lifestyle, your surrounding, your genetics, the inside and external factors were feeding the disease, not feeding the healer. Ayurvedic consultation is the process of identifying from where the problems are coming, why the problems are coming, and how the problems are coming, and guiding this individual to shift from feeding the disease to feeding the healer. Healing is natural and spontaneous, whatever be the disease. For example, if you get a cut or a burn, you can apply any ointment, you can take anything internally. Who is going to create the new tissue to heal that wound? Your doctor will create. Who will create the new tissue to heal the wound? Your own body has to create it. So please understand, fundamentally, you are the healer. The only question is how we can support the healer within you. How we can create the ideal material for healing, ideal energy for healing, and ideal space for healing. Healing is natural and spontaneous. I think Ayurveda is the only system that explains the healer in this way. Otherwise, I always say I'm not a healer. I'm a guide. I'm a teacher. I inspire, I motivate, I guide, and I teach. The healer is somebody sitting in front of me. I am the facilitator for healing. And that is the truth. That is the truth. Okay? So that is the system. Ayurveda. Now coming to yoga. Now, why I'm talking about yoga when I'm asked to talk about Ayurveda? Ayurveda and yoga are not separate. They are the two children born for the same mother. What is the philosophical background of yoga? Same Shat Darshana. Sankhya philosophy is the spine. Both Ayurveda and yoga. Born for the same mother, but lived separately due to some reason. We are trying to bring the sisters together. That is why in Kerala, Ayurveda is every location, in India or abroad. Ayurveda and yoga are practiced together. You go to our center, Ayurveda Gram in Bangalore, you go for an Ayurveda program. Yoga, pranayama, meditation is an integral part of Ayurvedic program. You can also go for a therapeutic yoga program for your back pain. Ayurveda is an integral part of it. And that is the truth. The therapy side of yoga is Ayurveda. Yoga is the mind management arm of Ayurveda, and Ayurveda is the body management tool of yoga. And both work together. We usually say that they are all complementary systems for complete healing from the Vedic literature. Okay? Ayurveda through diet, lifestyle, herbs, panchakarma, detoxification, rejuvenation, make your body balanced, strong, and that supports the health and balance of your mind. Yoga through the Ashtanga Yoga, Yama Niyama Asana Pranayama, Pratyahara Dharana Dhyanam Samadhi through the 8 progression of the human being, aligns the mind and supports the bodily health. So that's why when you practice both together, it is the complete system of healing from the Vedas. So I need to mention that in this. Now let's get into the concepts a little bit. What is this life, human life? Sharirendriya Sattvatma Samyogo Dhari Jivitam. Nityagascha Anubandascha Paryayir Ayuruchyate. Life is a combination, a union of physical body, sense organs, the mind and the soul. Many a time, body, mind, soul, everybody talks. Why the sense organ in between? Ayurveda says sense organs it is in the body, but it is a link between body and mind. It is a link between body and mind. All the time you perceive, you take all the information through your senses, finally it is going to the mind. So it is the link connecting the body and mind. That is why Ayurveda gives sense organ a little bit of a separate entity. Okay? So that means healing or health is not only how many pounds is your weight, how broad your belly is, or whether your numbers on your blood work. All are physical numbers, right? Whether that is correct or not. Your real health is much beyond that. It is connected to your mind, it is connected to your emotion, it's connected to your digestion. It's connected to your overall being, your overall well-being. Okay? Health and disease. Generally, there is a thought that health one, disease another. Right? Health means one status, disease means totally different. Whereas the truth is not that. Ayurveda explains that disease is nothing but a slight deviation from the health. This is not different. A deviation from your expected balance is called disease. 120/80 blood pressure, what is that? Oh, it's a healthy blood pressure. The same blood pressure increases to 150/95. What is that? That is disease. The same blood pressure. When it goes below to 70/50, what is that? That is also disease. The same way you look at anything. Weight, there is a weight. When you add weight too much, that is a disease. When your weight is too low, underweight is more dangerous than overweight according to Ayurveda. Everything, you will realize that disease is nothing but the deviation from your own innate balance. So what is the management? Bringing that back to your innate balance is the treatment. Okay? Bringing back that to your innate balance is called the treatment. So please understand that disease is not separate from your health. By trying to be healthy, you are also preventing the disease. Or by adopting the right diet lifestyle method, you are really supporting your mind-body system to come back to the balance and the health. And as you know, the body triggers problems of the mind and vice versa. It's a mutual feeding system. That is why when you are one day really sad, you won't feel like eating. Because sadness is an emotion that slows down the digestive secretions. When you are really constipated one day, you'll be totally groggy and cranky. Why? That is an influence of your body on your mind. They are constantly influencing. Constantly influencing. Ayurveda says mental health, taking care of mind is so important. I will talk about it soon. Little bit, I'm going to start giving you some tips now while I'm explaining the concept. Aharam nidra brahmacharyam trayasthunaha. Okay? Ahara. What is ahara? What is ahara? Generally we say food, but Ayurveda says aharanad aharaha. Whatever you take in is called ahara. There are four. There are four aharas: food, water, breath, and perceptions. These are the only four inputs in our whole life. From birth till death, only four inputs: food, water, breath, and perceptions. That is called ahara in Ayurveda. Then nidra. Nidra means sleep. Then brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means there are different meanings in different contexts. It's a slightly controversial subject when we discuss about it, because some will say that abstaining from sex is brahmacharya. Some will say that no, that is not necessary. When you follow a certain regimen, that is brahmacharya, which is correct. Both are correct in different contexts. When it comes to the yogic life, the total spiritual life, away from all worldly laukika sukhas and laukika bandhas, when abstaining from sex also will be a part of brahmacharya. Whereas when it comes to the worldly life, the laukik life, our life, we have family, we have work, etc., where it is called Naishtiga, it is called Vaivahika Brahmacharya. The first one is Naishtiga Brahmacharya, Brahmacharya as a Nishta. The second one is Vaivahika Brahmacharya, where abstaining from sex is not a part of that. But living with a good regimen, good discipline, understanding the purpose of our life, and able to follow a path, able to follow a daily regimen in a way that we are able to accomplish that purpose, that is the Brahmacharya in layman's language. You are doing whatever you need to do to bring health, harmony, peace, happiness and longevity, and able to accomplish the moksha. Okay? So these are the three pillars. And I'm going to build on this now. Okay? Now, the fundamental concept is there is no difference between us and the nature. There is no difference between us and the nature. Because we born from this nature, we are going back to nature. We started our journey with that single cell in mother's womb, single cell. And we built all this big body and all this system. From where this came? All this material came from the nature. Your apple, your banana, your milk, your mung dal and your rice. This is all nature. It is able to nourish you means they are all getting converted to you. When you eat an apple, if the apple is nourishing you, that means apple is getting converted to you. Otherwise, how apple can nourish you? But apple is different and your body is different. So there is a concept called Agni. Agni means the fire. That helps the apple to transform to you. That helps the rice to transform to you. Right? What is that? Your digestion and your metabolism. When you eat an apple, it has a different format. Your gut, your digestive system break down that apple components and will transform into usable, absorbable nutrients. That is the job of the gut. The absorbed nutrients will get circulated by your entire endocrine systems, your hormonal system and your metabolic system. That nutrients from the apple will get converted into your tissue, your skin, your muscle, your bone, your nerve, then energy and vitality. So that means, who is making that apple to you? Who is making that banana to you is called Agni. Agni is the fire, the digestion and metabolism. And it's a constant flow. Ayurveda says that our life is like a river. Started as a single drop of water at the mountain cliff. Started as a single cell, fertilized egg in mother's womb. Added more and more drops of water. And it keep on flowing. Keep on flowing. It merges with the ocean and goes back again. The same way, the life also. It's keep on adding and keep on going. It's a continuous flow. We are eating every day, whether it is 70 years or 80 years. There is nothing like after 60 years maturity of insurance. There is no maturity of our body, no need of any water and food, right? There is no maturity, complete maturity. You need food, water and breath every day as long as you are alive. So it's a constant flow of nature through you. That's the definition of life in Ayurveda. A constant flow of nature through you without any interruption. That is called life. When the flow started, that is called inception. When the flow ends, that is called death. Till that time, every moment nature is flowing through us. Who is facilitating that flow? Agni, the digestion. Transforming the external environment into internal environment. Internal environment to external environment. When I breathe in, this oxygen was a part of the plant a few minutes ago, few hours ago. Now we are breathing out. Where this carbon dioxide is going to go? That will be taken up by the same plants and the same grass. Every moment that plant is changing to me, I am changing to the plant. This is not just story. This is not just big theory I'm saying. This is real-time reality, every day happening in our life. So keeping up or protecting that digestion, protecting that Agni, protecting that digestion and metabolism is considered as the basic requirement to sustain healthy life. Or in other words, a little bit more simplified, digestive system is the master system. Digestion is your health, digestion is your life. Okay? That is nothing but Agni. So taking care of Agni is so important. Your digestion is so important. So I was so happy when the suggestion came, talk about digestion and metabolism, because that is whole Ayurveda. Talking about digestion and metabolism means I need to talk the whole Ayurveda. Because it's all about how we utilize that. You take any disorder, any disease, not only diabetes and cholesterol, you take any disease, there will be an Agni influence behind it. So keeping up the digestion and metabolism is found to be one of the most important things what you can do to preserve your health and to sustain your health. Okay? Digestion. Vagbhara at some point says that if you know how to manage Agni, you know how to manage the whole human health. Okay? So Agni means not only in the gut, the whole process of external material changing into nutrients, that is means the gut, then the nutrients into our tissue, energy and vitality, and the ojas, the whole flow, the complete flow. Whenever there is a problem with that flow, that is called disease. That's why Ayurveda says all diseases can be classified into two groups. Disease due to accumulation and stagnation, disease due to depletion and degeneration. The sugar, the cholesterol, the obesity, the uric acid and gout, all these will come under the accumulation and stagnation. We are all scared about cholesterol, right? But do you know that cholesterol is your best friend? Cholesterol is your best friend. Because cholesterol is the basic construction unit of your cell membrane, every cell. If you want a new cell to be formed in your body, cholesterol is like the brick and cement for the construction of the cell. Then why we are scared of cholesterol? It is not the problem of cholesterol, it is the accumulation of cholesterol makes the problem. Why it is accumulating? Our body is not transforming it into other tissues and other components. Why? Who is the transforming agent? The Agni. High cholesterol is an Agni problem. It is a metabolic problem. So what is the remedy? It is not about, don't allow the cholesterol to form means you are not allowing yourself to live further because you are not allowing new cells to form. The real approach should be how we can help the cholesterol to be used by the body more. How we can enhance the Agni. How we can support the system to transform the cholesterol, utilize the cholesterol. So the net free cholesterol in the blood is minimal or whatever required. The same way sugar also. Do you know that your cell cannot survive a minute without sugar? Your cell cannot survive a minute without glucose. Glucose is the basic energy source of every cell. But when your body is not able to use whatever generated in a proper way and maintain a balance, then you will say that sugar is so bad. So it's not sugar is bad, accumulation is bad. Why? Your sugar was supposed to be uptaken by the muscle with the help of the insulin and then into glycogen, etc. So what is the problem with the sugar? The Agni. There is accumulation without utilizing it properly by the body. It is a metabolic fire slowness. Cholesterol is a metabolic fire problem, metabolic system problem. The same way obesity. In place of your food nourishing every tissue, including your bone, your nerve, every tissue, it is all getting channelized into fat accumulation. Many people think obesity is overnourishment, but the truth is obesity is malnourishment. In obesity, the fat will keep on increasing where your many other tissues are getting depleted. One of the complications of obesity is impotency. Why? Because the Shukla Dhatu, the tissue, is not being formed because everything is channelized into the fat production. So obesity is not overnourishment, it is a malnourishment, imbalanced nourishment. What is the problem? The Agni. Because the nutrients absorbed need to get converted into every tissue by its own metabolic, faculties and the hormones. So it's all about their digestion and metabolism. And Ayurveda has wonderful guidelines to kindle the Agni, to balance the digestion and metabolism, and to prevent the possible imbalances, etc. Okay? So Digestion. So digestion is very clear, right? What is digestion? It is the process of transforming an external material into absorbable, usable material, and then into our tissue, energy, and vitality. That constant process of transforming the external material into our tissue and energy and vitality, that process is called digestion in Ayurveda. According to the modern system, digestion and metabolism are different, but according to Ayurveda, both are same. It's all transformation, the flow. What causes the weak digestion? Irregular eating. Irregular eating. Many a time I eat whenever I get time. That is one option. Second, we say that I eat whenever I feel hungry. Because somebody told that you should eat when you feel hungry. Correct? Let me give you the Ayurvedic tips for when to eat. Ayurveda says, everything in this nature works in cyclic rhythms. Everything in this nature works in cyclic rhythms. Cyclical. Everything is cyclical. Okay? The day and night, the seasonal rhythm, everything is cyclical. Every system in your body is cyclical. Cardiac rhythm, respiratory rhythm, digestive rhythm, sleep rhythm, menstrual rhythm, everything is cyclical. You go and see, if you know the biochemistry, the sugar is a cyclical process. The cholesterol is a cyclical process. Everything is cyclical. Since everything is cyclical and rhythmic, Ayurveda says your body is expecting a cyclical rhythm from you. Your body is expecting a cyclic rhythm from you for everything, especially for eating and sleeping. And if you eat that every day in the right time, on a regular basis, all your system will get aligned to that rhythm. Then your digestion will become better, your absorption, your utilization will become better. Following the circadian rhythm, the habituation of the right cycle every day helps all your intelligence within your systems to say, every system, what is the right time to produce the acid, produce the saliva, produce the pepsin, produce the hormones. Okay? Again, it's not story. I have been a clinician. This is the 23rd year of my clinical practice. I enjoy my clinic. I enjoy teaching. So, just to tell you a story. I was in Bangalore in Ayurvedagram. One day, a small software company chairman, he came to me saying that he was under my care and he felt much better. He told me, it was a discharge summary discussion. He told me, I don't know whether you'll be able to help me, but I want to put it in front of you. I own a software company. I have 92 employees. If you really look at their health status last 5 years, most of them are going down the hill. Some are developing diabetes, some are developing insomnia, some are developing digestive problem. Overall, their health is going down. I don't know what to do. I want to help. Can you please come and try to help us? I got really excited. I went with my team, the whole crew, consulted everybody in their company. Some of them told, we won't eat breakfast because we won't feel hungry. And we heard that. We should eat when we feel hungry. Some of them told, we won't eat breakfast from the beginning, from school time itself. I'm not used to breakfast. I won't. So I told them, hey buddy, it is true that you need to listen to your body, no doubt about it, but there is a prerequisite. There is a prerequisite. First, you need to set the system, then you need to listen to the system. Without setting a system, what are you listening to? You eat 8 o'clock your breakfast, the next day your body will think 8 o'clock you are going to eat. But on that day it was in a hurry, couldn't take, you rush to your office. The third day your body will think that nothing came yesterday, nothing may not be coming. Then you eat at 10 o'clock. So every day there is ups and downs. Body is not expecting it is coming. Whenever something comes excess, unexpected, body can only do two things, either reject or accumulate. Reject means either throw up or diarrhea, something like that, or accumulate. So what will happen is, this irregularity will make excess every day, little bit. Then it will accumulate. Finally get into your Agni imbalance of obesity, diabetes, cholesterol, etc. And if you want to keep up good digestion and metabolism, please have a regular meal pattern. It need not be exact, clock time. 7:55 you are waiting. Not yet 8 o'clock, minus 8. No need to do that. No need to be exact clock time. Follow a 30 to 45 minutes window. Or you want to learn Ayurveda precisely, 48 minutes window. 48 minutes is called one muhurta. One muhurta is the internal clock for our body. Whenever you eat your meal within that 48 minutes every day, breakfast, lunch and dinner, for your body it is the same cycle. Whenever you go beyond that 48 minutes, for your body it's a new cycle. Your system will have to reset to support you. Does that make sense to you? I have done a lot of work on this. This is not just story. I have done a lot of work on this. If you do that, I can tell you, digestion, and the story is not at over. So I told them like that, 92, I told them, I want you to eat breakfast every day between 7:30 and 8 for next 1 month. Whether you are feeling hungry or not. If you are feeling hungry, eat moderately. If you are not feeling hungry, eat a little bit. But I definitely want you to eat every day. Why 1 month? Ayurveda says, if you do something on a regular basis in a particular rhythm for 28 days, one lunar cycle, your system will get used to it. 92 and the boss, all of them, wow. They never thought that will happen. Everybody felt like eating. At the end of that 1 month, everybody felt like, everybody, not even one exception. So by repeatedly you are doing that, you are setting the system. Then it's so easy for your digestion and metabolic system to transform, digest, absorb and utilize. You know how the food is getting utilized in our body? 3 ways. 1, for energy. Digest the food, glucose, use glucose into ATP for every energy purpose. That is 1, utilization of food. 2nd is for tissue nourishment. The food is need to be converted into your skin, your hair, your teeth, your bone, your muscles, right? That is the main utilization, tissue nourishment. You know what is the 3rd utilization? After using for energy and tissue nourishment, whatever balance happens, go and deposit as fat for crisis management. Okay? Whenever you eat on a regular basis in a cyclical way, since all your system is aware about the rhythm, there is nothing more balance. The chance of balance is very less. So what will happen? If all the food what you are taking will get utilized for your energy and tissue nourishment, your strength will increase, your bulk will not increase. Now you take an opposite scenario. The same way, one day 8 o'clock breakfast, one day no breakfast, 3rd day was a holiday, slept up to 11:30, had a brunch. This is all reality, what is happening in normal life. So what will happen is every day there will be excess. So after some time, your strength will go down because it was supposed to get converted into your energy and vitality and tissue, but your bulk will increase. You are more heavy with less energy. So important to have a cyclic rhythm. Okay, as much as possible. One day with the friends outside, you need not run that, oh, no, I can't set. Dr. J told exact time. Once in a while, no problem. Your mind body will help you to face eventualities once in a while. But on a regular basis, try to eat in a proper time. That will help your digestion and metabolism. Does that make sense? Very good. 2nd is excessive fasting. Sometimes cleansing is an obsession, fasting is an obsession. Fasting is suggested, upavasam is suggested by Ayurveda wherever upavasam is required. There are certain constitutions, upavasam is not good. There are certain constitution and condition, upavasam is helpful. If your Agni is one day weak, or there is sluggishness within your system, kapha activation, you can have upavasam. That will clear the channel. That will help to maintain good Agni. Otherwise, too much of frequent fasting is not considered as a good idea according to Ayurveda. Because that can disturb the whole Agni cycle. The whole Agni cycle. Alright, eat often. These days, I've seen even nutritionists suggest that you eat a little bit every hour, every 2 hours. This is not a conveyor belt. You just put something, keep on going, keep on going. This is not a conveyor belt. Digestive system works in segments. Whatever you eat something, you chew that and it goes into the stomach. It stays there for some time. Not 10, 15 minutes, an hour more. When the complete transformation is finished in the stomach, then only the antral, and there is a sphincter, rubber band, that opens, the content moves to the small intestine. It stays there till that process finishes. Then only the cecal valve will open and move to the next segment. This all will take hours. So if you keep on eating, the problem is, first, whatever you ate is almost finished digestion, you put in between. Then it is half digested, you put new. So it's a mixture of almost digested with the partially digested with the half digested with not digested. Please go for a 3-meal pattern. And if you are hungry in between, you can have a snack, no problem. Have a fixed 3-meal. If anybody, real yogis here, not involved in any worldly activities, can have 2 meals. Sayam pratarachitaha. But in a normal worldly life where you need a lot of energy and your activities, you can go for 3-meal pattern. Please have 3 meals. In between, if you feel hungry, eat some snack. Not snack, snack. The idea of snack is to help you reach the next meal without hunger, without suffering. Helping you to reach the next meal is the idea of snack. Okay? That would be the suggestion. Have 3-meal pattern. That also, try to make your breakfast as early as possible. Finish your dinner ideally by 2.5 to 3 hours before you sleep, at least 2 hours before you sleep. The first phase of the digestion is the kapha stage of digestion. If you sleep within that first 2 hours, there will be more sluggishness, more metabolic slowness, digestive slowness. Try to eat at least 2 hours, ideally 2.5 to 3 hours. Somebody is having any metabolic problem, sugar, cholesterol, weight gain, etc., please keep 2.5 to 3 hours before you sleep. Okay? So, eating very often is not a great idea. Heavy food. Heavy food doesn't mean 1 kilogram or 2 pounds. That is not the heaviness. Heavy to digest. Heavy to digest. What are the examples? Oily items are heavy to digest. Cheese is heavy to digest. Right? There are many heavy to digest. Raw vegetables are heavy to digest. Raw vegetables are heavy. That is the next, cold and raw. Now this is an era where everybody says raw. Life became so raw. Yeah, everywhere. It became a trend. Raw juicing and raw salads and raw. When I checked with somebody, they say that, it is prana, it is fresh directly from nature, right? And when people come with the digestive and metabolic slowness and degenerative condition, I'll tell them, hey, you need to slow down. Don't eat too much salad. They look at me like this. Are you a real Ayurvedic doctor? Because they expect me, Ayurveda means green. Eat a lot of green. Let me give you some information about it. 1, digestion is nothing but cooking. Digestion is nothing but cooking. In your kitchen, you are using the heat and the flame to cook. In your stomach, the acids and pepsins and salivary amylases to cook. The process is same. Your gut can absorb only molecular level of nutrients, whether it is carbohydrate or protein or fat. If you are cooking in your kitchen, you will break the raw items 70 to 80% down. Your gut needs to spend only 20-30% of energy to get the nutrients. When you eat raw vegetables or raw smoothies, your gut will have to break it down from the scratch. It is very strenuous for the gut. Then there is an argument, hey, before inventing fire, human beings were eating only raw items. That means human system can handle raw item. Hey, that is thousands of generations before. After inventing the fire, human beings started enjoying the cooked food. Right? The cooked food. So after that, there is a concept called adaptation. You know that, right? Adaptation. According to the change in the environment, our mind-body system will start adapting to that. So over a period of thousands of generations, eating more cooked items, We are more used to cooked and less raw. Now, one fine morning, you cannot go back to 1,000 generation back. If you want to eat only raw items, there is an idea. You start eating a little bit more and more raw every generation. Try about 1,000 plus generation. You may be able to reach there. That's a good idea if you want to go for it. Otherwise, you're going to suffer. I see people suffering. I get a lot of people eating raw and getting into problems. They can get digestive problem, metabolic problem, autoimmune disorders, because it's a crisis. Every day you are eating something, your gut is really struggling to manage. Then at some point of time, I usually say that it's like your pets. Your pets. Say that you have a dog. You really love the dog. It's your baby. And the dog really loves you. You are the dad or the mom. And you are living happily. One fine morning, it was a holiday for you. You decided to spend some time with your pet. You are playing with it. You got an idea. You started cornering the pet to one corner of the room. Pet started, playing. You kept there cornering the pet. The pet will start, a little bit of uneasy feeling. You still continue to corner. And pet will become silent and concerned. If you keep on cornering, the same loving pet will jump against you and bite you. You know that? Don't try it, okay? It will happen. Your own favorite pet will jump against you. The same way your digestive system is your pet. Your immune system is your pet. As long as you are managing, you are loving, you are caring, and you are doing whatever it can, it will be very happy to help you. It will love you back. Whenever you create more and more crisis for your gut, for your immune system, you are prone to the IBS and the Crohn's and the leaky guts and all the autoimmune conditions. The multiple sclerosis, psoriasis, these are all autoimmune conditions. You know what is autoimmune condition? What is autoimmune condition? Your own immune system jumping against you. It is like this. For your safety and security, you pay somebody and post that individual as a security guard in front of your house. One fine morning when you open the door, the security guard hits you. That is called autoimmunity. The simplest example. Your own protective mechanism start hurting you. It's an aberration created by ourselves, not from outside. Whenever you create crisis within your own system, inflammation, repeated inflammation, more crisis, then the system goes totally out of balance. It is increasing every year. The number of incidents of autoimmunity, number of incidents of metabolic disorders are increasing. It is pretty serious. That's why I'm telling you this. Okay? Please don't corner your pets too much. Eat properly as expected. Okay? So please do that. Sorry about that. Okay. So too much raw is not a great idea. Again, don't think that Dr. J is totally against raw. You can have, if your Agni is good enough, if your digestion and metabolism is good enough, you can have some, salads in between. Don't go for overloading. These days I am worried to tell something is good because everybody will go overboard on that. Water is good. 1.5 gallon is enough, right? So don't go overboard. You can have some salad. I'm not totally against it. There is another thinking that when you cook, all the nutrients will be lost. Did you hear that? When you cook, all the nutrients will be lost. It's primarily here. You need 3 primary nutrients: carbohydrate, protein, and fat. These 3 will never get denatured in natural cooking. Never. It is true that some of the enzymes and vitamins can get denatured, but those items you don't need much. Plenty available in the fruits. And there is no restriction for fruits. You can have fruits. Now you may ask me, what is the difference between the vegetable and the fruits, right? Both are raw. Fruits are not raw. We eat the ripe fruits. Ripening is a natural cooking. Raw mango is a vegetable. Ripe mango is a fruit. What is the difference? The mother mango cooks the baby food before she falls down. That is the food for the seedling. It's a cooked meal. Okay? Fruits, there is no restriction, and you will get enough vitamins and enzymes from your fruits. Don't go for overloading the vegetable to get your enzymes and vitamins. Okay, I see this a lot. That's why I'm bringing all this point. Yesterday I sat and I want to make sure that I'm bringing most relevant points to all of you. Okay? All right. So, cold food. Cold. One of my first surprise after coming to America. You know, I was in Seattle. Cold, snowing outside. Went with my colleague for my first meal in Seattle. I went there and I asked for water. I got a cup of ice. I'm waiting for water. And my colleague asked me, "You asked for water, why are you not drinking?" I didn't know that that is water. It was whole ice and a little bit water underneath. Then I told him, it doesn't make any sense. I'm shivering with the cold. It is snowing outside. Too cold. Why are you serving ice to me? Ayurveda says the digestion is cooking, the fire, and cold is always against fire. 3 reasons to avoid cold items. Reason number 1, cold always constricts, heat always expands. By drinking or eating more cold item, you are creating more constrictive effect in the system. Not the big tube constricts, the subtle flow of prana, your immunity, your vitality, your flow. You are creating more restriction within your own system. Reason number 2, your body want to maintain 98.6 degrees whether you are in Alaska or in Mexico. That's your body temperature always. Whenever you drink more cold item, your body is struggling to bring the temperature back to 98.6. From where that energy is taken? The energy kept for your digestion and metabolism. So you are making your digestion and metabolism slow by drinking or eating the cold items. Please don't drink cold water. No ice cold water, no ice cold juice, no ice cold fruits. Keep your fruit outside the previous night if you want to eat fruits next day morning. Go for warmth, that is the best for you, at least lukewarm, or minimum room temperature, not ice cold, please. Cold is not so good for you. Not only for metabolic disorders, for everybody. Okay? Ushnodagam, deepanam. Just sipping warm water itself enhances your digestion. Large quantity. Please don't make your gut, your stomach as a garbage bin. Because many a time our thing, we serve a lot, then how can I waste it? Right? In place of putting the waste out, you put the waste in. Finally, you will be in trouble. So please serve only what you can eat. Serve a little bit less what you can eat. Then you can serve again, right? Serve a little bit less than what you think you can eat. Then you serve again if you want. Please don't overeat. Overeating will never help you. Okay? So that is important. Sorry about all the pop-ups. Processed food. Oh my God. Every grocery store has big aisles with the packaged food. So convenient. You bring it and put in the microwave oven. 2 minutes, your meal is ready. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Ayurveda says, whenever you cook and keep it, the more you keep it, the more tamasic it is. Yatayamam gadarasam puti paryushidam chayat. About the tamasic. Yatayamam, when you cook, keeping fresh vegetable for few days, it's fine. Keeping fresh fruits for few days, it's fine. Whenever you cook and keep long time, it's a problem. So now, it is not that you should not keep anything in the refrigerator, because if I say that I'm out, I know that. I don't want to be out. Okay? I'm talking about ready-made items kept, preserved, using tastemakers, using all the additives. It is so difficult for your digestive system to accept, because this is a nature's blend. This body is a nature's blend. This can identify, absorb, and understand another nature's blend in the natural way. Whenever you process with the chemicals, mechanical, chemical processing, it takes that material away from the nature's construct, create more crisis when you eat it inside. Crisis is nothing but expressed as inflammation. And inflammation is the reason for every disease, including cancer and including every disease. Inflammation is the root. Ayurveda is very clear. Joro rogapati papma. Juram stands for fever or inflammation, the reason for every disease. So please avoid the processed item, the heat and eat item. Generally, Indian families are good in that. They generally cook at home and eat. So please do that. Avoid the processed items, every processed item. And it has one or other issues. Even the protein powders available. They're all highly processed. You may be eating the same moong powder, chemically processed with a flavor. You have nice moong, but you don't want that. The other one is better tasty. Right? Your moong is nothing but the easiest protein available. But generally, the other one is better tasty. We go behind the senses and get into the problems. Right? So, processed food, please avoid. Raw and cold food, I already mentioned to you. Please, that is a trend. I'm not against taking, if your digestion and metabolism is very good, taking a little bit of a raw salad, I'm not against it, but don't overload it. And if you have a choice between your raw smoothies and raw salad, I would go and say that please go for raw salad, not your raw smoothies. Go for raw salad, not raw smoothies. You know why? The reason is, if you chew a salad, that according to the taste of that salad, the texture of that salad, the hardness of the salad, your brain and body decides what to secrete. What type of secretions need to support to digest that. Unfortunately, your blender, your juicer cannot produce saliva for you. And we will never chew the smoothies. We always gulp the smoothies. You are losing the support of your body to help you to digest it better. Now you may be thinking, what I'm going to do with the Vitamix tomorrow? I spent all this money and bought that thinking that it is healthy and it's expensive. How can I, not use it? Make fruit juices, no problem. Okay? Don't make vegetable smoothies. Go for fruit smoothies. And if you want to put vegetable, steam some vegetable and put in that with the fruits. Either grill it or steam it or cook it and put some. Spinach, cook some spinach and keep it in a bowl and put something with your fruits, no problem. Okay? Fruit smoothies are okay. Don't throw your Vitamix. It's very expensive. Okay? So please do that. Salads are much better than the drinking water. 70% of earth is water, 70% of your body is water, 70% of your cell is water. So water is very important. Water is very important. Every function in our body is happening through water, including your digestion. It's water. So water is important, but don't overboard. What is the usual requirement of water in a day? 6 to 8 cups of water is reasonably good. If you're taking the whole fluid, not more than 8 to 10 cups. 8 cups is reasonable. But if you are doing a lot of physical activities, lot of sweating, etc., you may need a little bit more than others. Generally, 6 to 8 cups of water is good enough. That also, don't drink too much water with your meal. You know why? Atyambupanat nabipachyate. If you drink a lot of water, that will dilute your acids and pepsins, your Agni. Diluted acid is less active. It will delay your digestion. Nirambupana sa eva dosha. If you are not drinking water, also the same problem. Your food will not get properly mixed with your acids and pepsins, etc. Tasmat, because of that, naro vanni vivardhanaya, for ensuring the digestion and metabolism properly, muhur vari pibeda puri. Please drink small quantity of water in regular intervals. Keep sipping water throughout the day rather than gulping the water. If you want to drink more water in one time, there is only one time you can do that. That is first in the morning, provided at least there is 48 minutes before your breakfast. You can have 1 cup or 1.5 cup, 2 cup, no problem. You can drink first in the morning, provided at least there is 48 minutes to your breakfast. Otherwise, you cannot. Okay? So water intake, ideally warm water or room temperature water. Avoid cold water. Okay? Those who are having weak digestion, making it a little bit flavorful is always good, like a ginger tea. A liter or 2 of water with a piece of ginger. Boil it once and let it sit there. You can drink it at normal room temperature, but boil it once with the ginger. Ginger enhances digestion. Those who are having acidity, ginger may not be a good idea, but coriander seed is so good for those who are having acidity. It clears the urinary system. It helps in clearing the system. Coriander seed. Not the powder. You crush the fresh coriander seed and put it and boil the water. Very good. Cumin water. Those who are having gas, burping, flatulence, cumin water. Boil it once in the morning and keep drinking throughout the day. Something of that sort will be much better than drinking the cold water. Okay? So that is the water intake. Breath. Yes, please.
One question. The warm water which you're talking about, is it boiled on a cooker or microwave is okay?
Microwave is not okay. You know, now we are going to hear a lot of news. The 3 news which is coming out now is, one is about the non-stick. Teflon is the #1 cancer-causing agent. Your non-stick tawas, the dosha tawa, etc., with the non-stick, the coated, Teflon is the #1 cancer-causing agent. Microwave, it changes the entire energetics of the food. Modern medicine is not yet able to get convinced about the energetics of food, but Ayurveda is very clear. Because the way it works is not the normal heat. It makes the particle to rub each other and create the heat. It changes the entire aspect of your food. Use minimum. Because I know that if I say no to microwave, I am out. I don't want to be out. Okay. Use very minimum.
I also have a question. What's your opinion about all fruit diet? Like
I will come.
breakfast,
I'll take up the questions.
fruit,
Yes. I will take up the questions once the flow of the content finishes. I'll take up all the questions. So, and the third one is the cell phone, the Wi-Fi. Please switch off your phone before you sleep. Don't keep your active phone next to your pillow and all. Please put it in airplane mode before you sleep. Otherwise, EMF, the electromagnetic field, its impact on the brain, on the mind, on your sleep, it is going to come up. It's already coming up. When I get people, when I suggest this, there is a huge difference in their overall health when it comes to neurology, nervous system, their mind, and their sleep. Please keep it. Anyway, night you are not going to do anything, right? Or if you expect some calls at night, keep it outside your bedroom. If you expect something. And your cell phone will still, alarm will ring if it is in airplane mode, if it is for alarm purpose. Okay? So, please do that. Otherwise, it can make a lot of impact on the finer energetic systems in your brain. And that studies are going on. 2 of my students are working on that project about understanding the EMF and its impact on human health. Okay? The news is not that great because everybody has a smartphone thinking that we are smart. The reality, underlying reality is we are not smart, we are creating more problem to us. So please keep it in airplane mode before you sleep. Breath. We are all breathing every day, all the time. What is big about breath? Ayurveda says, breath is a free, easy to use tool for you to support your health, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. There are a lot of studies. Whenever you are angry, whenever you are worrying, whenever you are under stress, please keep on taking deep breath. No equipment required, no dollar required. You can do, and in office you can do at home. Just take deep breath. Taking deep breath is called diaphragmatic breath. There are studies that says that diaphragmatic breath stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for calmness, grounding, and relaxation, to reduce the fight or flight response in your system, to reduce the blood pressure, to reduce the stress and concerns. So please try or create a habit of taking deep breath. If you forget, keep a time for deep breath. Before I sleep, I'm going to take 15 times deep breath. Immediately after waking up, I'm going to take 10 deep breaths. Worth it. Okay? So please do that. The deep breath is good for everybody, especially in this world. I always say Ayurveda is much more relevant today than ever before. Because the pace of the life, the speed of the life, how many things we need to handle. The way we are engaging our mind, our sense organs, it's too much. It is beyond human capacity. There should be some counter-supporting mechanism to support you, to counterbalance. One is the breath. And what is the next? Sleep. Sleep. Aharam, Nidra, Brahmacharyam. Sleep is one of the 3 pillars holding your life in correct balance. Can you believe that? In the modern world, there is a thinking that sleep is a waste of time. I can be more productive if I'm not sleeping. I can be more productive. I can do more job. Ayurveda says, as far as your health and longevity is concerned, your sleep is much more important than your working time. Because from the time you wake up in the morning till you sleep, it's only wear and tear. Physical wear and tear, sensory wear and tear, mental wear and tear. The only time your mind-body system repair, replenish, recoup and rejuvenate is during the deepest state of sleep. Your healing is the fastest during your deepest state of sleep because it is free to heal. Otherwise you are constantly engaging. There is no time to heal. Please sleep well. Ideally 8 hours, at least 7 hours. Definitely not less than 6 hours for young adults. Definitely not less than 6 hours. Ideally 8 hours. Then there is a question, that there are people, when I consult, I ask them, what about your sleep? What time you sleep? Yeah, I sleep at 2, 3 a.m. So normal in America to say that I sleep at 3 a.m. I've seen even youngsters sleeping at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. These days I read an article, it was saying that the teenagers, their most active time is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. I'm really concerned about future generation. Because it is not only about the quantity of sleep. They may say that, oh, I'm sleeping at 2, but I'm waking up only at 10 o'clock, 8 hours. Is that good enough? Ayurvedically, it is not only the quantity of sleep, the quality of sleep matters. What is quality? They say that there are 2 types of energies influencing this nature. The heating, stimulating sun energy during the daytime, the cooling, stabilizing, soothing moon energy during the night time. On a no moon day also, moon is there, you are not able to see. So what is the meaning of that? They say that your sleep should be, if possible, the whole sleep, at least the majority of sleep should be during the moon hours. Then the question is, what is moon hour? The sun energy will stay 48 minutes even after the sunset. It will be in the atmosphere. It will take another 48 minutes to completely the sun energy to go away. The sun energy will start percolating into this atmosphere 48 minutes before sunrise. So what is the moon hour then? In between 48 minutes after the sunset and 48 minutes before the sunrise. That is the best time to sleep, the real benefit of sleep. At least make your majority of your sleep during that time. Avoid late nights. Whatever you do after 10 o'clock, please do next day in the morning. First few days it will be a little bit challenging because your system got used to it. Some will say that, oh, night time is the best time for me to work. But if you really look at long term, your health and longevity, definitely it's time to make a change, make a shift. Okay? So sleep is so important. Sleep for your mind, for your immune system, for your body, for your digestion. Sleep is so important. Late night sleep is considered as a reason for many degenerative conditions. Okay? All right. Healthy sleep. There are people, they do lot of exercise in the evening. Why? If I do lot of exercise, I can sleep very well. There are people doing that evening. Ayurveda says that is not a healthy sleep. If you really want to get the benefit of sleep, you should be able to sleep as normal. Making yourself too tired and you are totally tired and dead, you will not be able to get there are a lot of functions happening during the sleep. When you are dead tired, your system is totally dull. Okay? And second is, I will have 2 drinks so that I can sleep very well. Right? 2 drinks help me to sleep well. Ayurveda says that also may not help you to get the real benefit of your sleep because you are sedating yourself, you are sleeping, but there are a lot of functions happening during the sleep that you may not be able to get if you are sedating yourself and sleep. Okay? So, now comes to physical exercise. Physical exercise. Exercise is so important. Being active is so important. At least a walk a day or a small course of your own yoga a day. Please do something for your health. But if your work involves a lot of physical activities, no need of doing exercise for exercise. Not necessary. If your work involves a lot of physical activities. Otherwise, please make a point that you are doing some activities every day. But don't overdo it. Vagbhada in Ashtanga Hridayam explains benefit of exercise in 10 lines, 10 slokas. And finally, he adds one sloka. Ayadhabalam arambo nidanam kshaya sambadaha. After mentioning all the benefits of exercise, he says, the same exercise when you do beyond your threshold, what you are supposed to do, it causes depletion and degeneration. So in America, there is a thing that when you do more, you get more. So you keep on doing. Don't get into that mode. Do it optimally. When you do optimally, you will get the best. 30 to 45 minutes of a good walk is a good, reasonably good exercise. Okay? Or doing some yoga and breath is a good thing to do. So please do that. That will be very, very helpful to you. And walking and swimming are the best exercise. If you have knee joint pain, if you have back pain, etc., go and do some swimming. Okay? Otherwise, walk. Don't exercise too much thinking that it is great. Meditation. Another support for you to manage the modern life's hustles and bustles and speed and degeneration. One of the best tools available. Again, the problem with all the best tool is there is no expense to it, so no value perceived. If you spend $100 every day for meditation, you may go more frequently than when you can do on your own at your home. It's a human problem. It's not your problem, okay? I'm not telling about you. It's a human problem. It is a human problem. So meditation, no need of, I always tell this. Whenever we say the benefit of it, I'm going to do 1 hour meditation tomorrow. It will never happen. Because it is not sustainable. You have only that initial enthusiasm. Plan for 15 minutes. Plan for 7 minutes. 5 minutes. You close your eyes, take deep breath and watch your breath and sit for 5 minutes, please, in a day. Make small things, small steps sustainably. Ayurveda says simplicity and consistency is the watchword for better health. Do small things, but in a consistent way. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Don't go for what type of meditation I need to do. As I mentioned, you can just sit quietly, close your eyes, watch your own breath and sit for 5 minutes or 7 minutes. Itself is good. Okay? When you watch internally, every system will start aligning. It's like a calling Johnny. When I teach my student, I tell, it is like a calling Johnny. What is the meaning of calling Johnny? Johnny is a mischievous child, a 5-year-old child, very mischievous. When mom is in the kitchen, Johnny will pull all this, item from the shelf and make the house a mess. When mom is in the kitchen, when she hears Johnny is started doing, she does only one thing. Johnny! That one call is enough. Johnny stopped everything. Johnny understand, I'm in trouble. The same way, doing a few minutes meditation is like calling Johnny for your own mind. Okay? Otherwise, your mind will be always mischievous, jumping from one branch to another branch like a monkey. So your small meditation every day is like calling Johnny and to make into alignment. And that will help you a lot. Okay? So that's about meditation. Mind. This is a big ticket item. Ayurveda says mind care is life care. Mind care is life care. Why? In this life, we do only 3 types of actions. Physical action, mental action, and verbal action. These are the only 3. Nothing else. Physical action, mental action, and verbal action. All physical actions, almost all physical actions are done by mind. If you need to pick up something, your mind need to tell. Even when you are anxious, your even involuntary system will be influenced by your mind. All the mental actions are done by mind. All the verbal actions are done by mind. Who is the hero? Mind is the hero. You can eat organic food. You can sleep early. You can do everything what I mentioned. If your mind is not at peace, if your mind is anxious, your mind is worried, no use. So please take care of your mind. Ayurveda says there are 4 emotions that can burn you without fire. Fear, uncertainty, insecurity, and sadness or grief. These are the 4 emotions can deplete you without any other reason. Okay? So please take everything easy. Now the question is, it is not that intentionally I'm doing, how can I help my system? So Ayurveda says it's all about you. It's like this. It's totally up to your mind how you want to see things. For example, while walking, your leg hit on the door. You have two ways of taking it. One way of taking it is horrible, it is hurting. Oh my God, this life is so horrible. That is one way of taking it. Second way of taking it, oh thank God, only that much happened. I can, fall down and hit somewhere and happen much more. Thank God, only this much happened to me. It's totally up to your mind. Totally up to your mind how you want to take it. So Ayurveda says, please be intellectually aware. There are few tools mentioned to take care of the mind in Ayurveda. And that can help you to stay focused. And the more you add the anxiety, uncertainty, negative thoughts, irregular sleep and stress, you are going to get mental disorders. These are all primary reason for mental disorders. Stress, irregular sleep, negative thoughts, fear, uncertainty, insecurity and sadness. Going to create more and more mental disorders. You need to add here, awareness, sleep, mindful practices, meditation to balance that. To balance that. Okay? So I'll talk about the awareness just in a moment. Managing the mind. You have a lot of options. Even your diet will help to manage the life. Your mind, your sleep will help. Various activities will help. But that's not enough. That is not enough. Ayurveda explains that mind is so important for you to lead a normal life. And many a time, the happiness criteria for us, the bank balance or, the facility, or these are all generally that is coming to our mind to make ourselves peaceful and happy. These are all created by mind. Okay, these are all created by mind. I found more marrying and happiness. I was in Whitefield. This is a real thing. I was going to my native place from Bangalore, Whitefield railway station. I'm standing there. Night 10 o'clock is my flight. So reach home in the morning. So I booked the berth and all. It's fine. I got about half an hour to stay there. So behind the railway station, a lot of small tents. There are people came from many areas. They are tending and all family is there. The way they are laughing and marrying and playing and, it was a kind of an eye-opener for me. The happiness criteria is not about what we think about the bank balance it is totally different. It is totally different. And, one of my students, she went to India for India internship. And she came and she told me, I want to come and meet you because India internship changed my life. Then she came for a workshop and she told me that I'm in LA, in the Hollywood. I was always worried and depressed and anxious. How I am going to be my friends having that 4-storied building, swimming pool on the top and SUVs? When am I going to be like that, to make myself happy? I was always worried about my life. When am I going to make it? I went to India and in Cochin, our hospital is in Alua. So while going for a walk, she asked how to go to that place. And this small hut, in the front of small hut, they not only took her to there, before that, they gave a tea to her. It's a small hut. She sat with them and she had a little bit tea with them, the Indian chai tea, and they went and showed how to go there. And she was saying that the frankness and happiness and fulfillment and that kind of situation, I never found that in LA. Then I went to Mumbai. I stayed with my best friend there, an Indian, a lady, in a small studio where I was taking bath from a cubicle, water from a bucket with a picture. But those 10 days was the beautiful days, the most happiest days in my life, spending with her. But if you really look at what facility I was in, so then I realized that it is not that what make me happy is the big buildings and the busy SUVs. There is something else that make me happy, that your program helped me to get into that. And I'm so grateful to you. So it's all about how our mind works. Ayurveda tells there are 3 tools you can use to help your mind. There are 3 tools. Without the help of your body, you can help your mind with the 3 medicines. Without the help of your body, you can help your mind with the 3 medicines. Dhi dhairya atmadi vijnanam manodosha aushadam param. Param means superior, ultimate, beyond. The 3 medicines beyond everything else. There are 3. What is dhi? Dhi means buddhi, intellectual awareness is one medicine. What is the meaning of that? Being aware that, hey, this is only one, with this body, only one human life, finite few years. I already lived a few years. I have few more years. There is nothing to be worried. One day I need to say bye-bye to this world, like everybody else. No point cribbing and worrying and accumulating and thinking and all. I need to say bye-bye to this world one day. It's a finite life. I'm going to make every day happiest, as happiest as possible, rather than worrying. Because there is nothing to lose. It's only created by mind. There is nothing to lose. Because I didn't bring anything. I didn't give application to come here. I didn't bring anything while I'm coming here. No need to give any application to go from here. I don't take anything from here. What are you losing? What are you gaining? It's all here. It's all mental. So making our everyday peaceful, happy, and supporting ourselves, our family, our friends, and community and nature. When I teach, I tell them the highest human achievement in this life. You know what is that? The highest human achievement? When it is time to say bye-bye to this physical world, you should be able to touch your heart and saying that, I have done the best what I can. I'm so happy about what I have done, and I'm grateful for this life. If you're able to tell that with peace of mind, you have done what you can do the best and you're happy, that is the highest human achievement. That is the bridge to moksha, the liberation, because you are not carrying anything, plus or minus. Okay? So there is nothing to worry. These are all the rat race, these are all the creation of mind. There is nothing to worry. If you born, there is a path already. You need to do as if you are doing everything. That means you are not the real doer. You need to do everything as if you are doing and keep going. And second, dhairyam. Dhairyam means the determination, the confidence and the willpower to face. I'm going to do the best what I can tomorrow morning when I get up. That's what I can do. Whether I am worrying or not, things will happen, whatever is supposed to happen tomorrow. I need to face it. What is the point in worrying? With worry, without worry, I'm going to face the same thing. Then what is the point in worrying? And the third is Atmadi Vijnanam, the spiritual awareness. The spiritual awareness. We all should believe in something. Please believe in something. It is totally up to you what you want to believe in. There is no, according to Ayurveda, you are free to believe what you want to believe in. No problem. Please believe in something. You know why? If you believe in something, it is freedom. Why it is freedom? Because your belief is this. I'm a human being. I'm going to be true to myself. I'm going to do the best what I can. Rest will be taken care. Correct? When you say rest will be taken care, you should really believe in it. You cannot go and pray, you will take everything, believe what is going to happen tomorrow. Then what is the point of that belief? It is time to recheck your belief, how strong it is. You need to surrender to your belief so that you are free to do what you can do today. If you don't surrender to your belief, your mind will get engaged with what is going to happen tomorrow, your concerns of tomorrow and your problems of past. There is no space for you to do what you can really do today, which is the only reality. Ayurveda is very clear about it. Here and now is the only reality. What is next moment is not yet come. The previous moment has gone. So believe in something truly, and surrendering to that belief will help you to express yourself the best as a human being. Because you are engaging about what I can do now, what I can talk now, what I can see now, rather than mind engaging with all the problems of the future. So these are the 3 medicines for taking care of your mind. Dhi, dhairya, atmadi vijnanam, manodosha aushadam param. To healing the mind and to take care of the mind. Please free, we all already done whatever we can so far. Let us keep on doing what best we can do for everybody and keep going. So get rid of that unnecessary worries and it will never help you. That is why Vagbada in Ashtanga Hridayam, the first line, Ragadi Rogan, 7,210 slokas in that book. 7,210 slokas. The first line is amazing. First line, Vagbada says that almost all of the human suffering starts from two aspects of the mind. Almost all the human suffering starts from two aspects of the mind. He says, if you are a human being, your mind will constantly remind you what you want which you don't have. So you every time feel, if I have that, that would have been better. What to do, I don't have that. Your mind will constantly remind you what you don't have which you wish to have. Then he says, if you are a human being, your mind will constantly remind you what you have which you don't want to have. That could be that one gray hair, that one wrinkle, that one pimple, that additional 5 pounds, something to say that this life is horrible. See the pimple? I don't want to go for that marriage. It's horrible. Everything else is fine. This is the primary two human sufferings. The mind, it is coming from the mind. And he says, whereas the reality of our life is totally opposite. The reality is totally opposite. We are all blessed to have much, much more than the majority of the world population. But your human mind will never tell you that. We are all blessed not to have much more severe sufferings majority of the world population is suffering with. Your mind will never tell you that. Your mind will tell you only problems. Then he says, because of that reason, because you are a human being, please spend 1 or 2 minutes every day reminding yourself how blessed you are. If you are not intentionally doing that, your natural human mind will never do that. If you are able to do that, you will be able to start every day with the feeling abundance. Otherwise, starting life with scarcity. Okay? These are all tools to manage the mind. Okay? So we covered all these aspects. So the tips what I gave, I want to make it so practical and simple. One is about eating the right time, eating the proper. What you need to eat depends upon your constitution, your age and your conditions. Contacting an Ayurvedic counselor, Ayurvedic practitioner, Ayurvedic doctor will help. They will really able to guide you. What is your constitution, according to your age and condition, what you can eat, what you should be eating, etc. Don't be overeated, no need of starvation. Please sleep in proper time, proper, then please do some meditation, your own internalization every day. Drink enough water, not too much. Please go for a walk at least every day. And please take care of your mind. Taking care of mind is taking care of life. All these will help you to have proper digestion, proper metabolism, proper energy, proper immunity, and able to say that this life is beautiful. This life is so precious. Born as a human being is a blessing because it's an opportunity to take the right decision and to make the right choices. Only human beings have that. So feeling grateful about it and continuing. Rest, any personal suggestions required, guidance required, we are all available here. And now we have a few more minutes for you to ask questions. Any questions? Yes, please. Of course, I will share the slides with all of you. Definitely, definitely. Pardon? Okay, if it's coffee and tea good? Okay, good question. If you are taking tea or coffee, it's better, but don't allow the coffee and tea to drink you. That's the first tip. When you say that this is a necessity for my normal life, there is a problem. That is called addiction. Okay? So, not overboarding. Ayurveda is not suggesting you should drink, but having a green tea or a normal tea a day is not a... Tea is much better than coffee. Tea is much better than coffee. Better to avoid stimulants as much as possible. Yes. Yes, please.
This thing called ashwagandha and moringa. What do they do to the human body?
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Should everybody take it? Number two. And if so, in what quantity?
Sure. Now it's a era of supplements. The amount of vitamins and supplements people are taking, it became a fashion. And the idea is if you take vitamins and supplements, you will be healthy, you will be less sick. In that case, there should not be much patience in this world, the amount of, the vitamins and supplements we are taking. Now, regarding moringa and ashwagandha, moringa is our drumstick, you know that, right? Our drumstick leaf powder. It was, insisted by my mom, when she was there, at least 3 dishes of moringa in a week. It was a must at home. So, ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen. That means it helps your system to manage the stress in a minimal, impact of stress minimal. That's called adaptogen, ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is a rejuvenative. Ashwagandha is good for respiratory health, the overall vitality. If it is required, you can take it. It is not something everybody should take the whole life. Okay? Only if it is required, you take it. Ashwagandha is not a food. Ashwagandha is a medicinal herb, but it is helpful. If it is required, you can take it. Good doesn't mean that everybody should take all the time. If you are under a lot of stress, if you feel more weakness, if your respiratory system is weak, your vitality is weak, ashwagandha can be taken, no problem. Moringa. Moringa is never taken as capsule in, it's a new trend coming as a super leaf and superfood, etc. Moringa is, raw powder is astringent, raw powder is tikshnam, and taking too much is not a great idea. So those who are having metabolic sluggishness, etc., moringa as an adjuvant could be okay. Better to buy, in Irvington Farmers Market, drumstick leaf is available. I go and pick up from every summer and spring. Go and pick up and make some nice dishes with the moringa leaf, not the processed leaf powder in a capsule. Okay? Yes?
Proportion of vegetables and grains in your diet. Nowadays we are eating more vegetables and greens and very little grains.
Sure. Okay. It should be a proper mix. Everything. Adav shadrasam apyannam madhuri bhudamirayet. Shadrasam. Your meal should contain all the 6 tastes, they say. Because every taste is derived from specific elements. So, those who are having more metabolic sluggishness, diabetes, etc., can reduce the grains a little bit, and, rather than you are adding curry for the rice, you can have curry and rice, at least equal. So, increasing the vegetable quantity is a support for those who are having already obesity or diabetes, uncontrolled diabetes, etc. Having more vegetables. So it's a filler, there is enough roughage, enough fiber, and it is not adding too much to the system. There was a question about fruit meal. Fruit meal. What about 3 times eating only fruits the whole life? Not a good idea. Fruit is wonderful, but fruit doesn't have everything, right? If you look at the proteins and the carbohydrate, the fat requirement, fruit has only some component of that. So just eating fruit may not be a great idea. You keep fruit separately. You have your meal, and one day you are going for a fruit breakfast, no problem. But don't make it as fruit 3 meals a day forever. Not enough. Yes?
What's your opinion about milk?
Milk. My opinion about milk is great, but the question is, what is the meaning of milk in America is the problem. Okay? I would say milk is Ojasyam dhaduvardhanam vatapittaharam. Ojasi means enhances vitality. Dhaduvardhanam, nourishing all your tissues. It is so, strengthening and nourishing. But what am I saying? I'm talking about a milk which is natural, organic, non-pasteurized, non-homogenized, cow's whole milk. I need to use 7 words to tell what I am saying about milk. And it's not available in America unless and until you go to some specialized website. Normal is not available. Even the whole milk in the groceries are not whole milk. I always tease. I say that in America, whole is not W-H-O-L-E, it is H-O-L-E. Because it's not whole. It is not W-H-O-L-E whole. Because they remove all the fat first. And according to me, when you remove complete fat from the milk, the entire structure has changed. The milk structure has gone. It is only a mimicry of milk then. It creates more crisis in the system. But fortunately in California, raw milk is available. Raw milk is the closest to the normal milk. Buy raw milk, boil it once, keep it and keep using. That would be my guidance. It is expensive, but health is more expensive. Okay, yes, please. You know, if you are going to that kind of details about cows and all, there is no end to it. Do the best what you can without causing stress. Okay. Ayurveda's view on vegetarian and non-vegetarian, Ayurveda says it's totally up to the individual to decide what path they want to go on. There is nothing against non-vegetarian, there is nothing against vegetarian. It is an individual choice. You can. Vegetarian can have a very healthy life, non-vegetarian can also have a healthy life, provided they are eating in a normal way, in a balanced way. Okay? So that is the Ayurvedic advice. There is nothing about Ayurveda means vegetarianism. No. You look at Vakbhada, Sushruta, you can see Mamsarasam as a part of healing many of the degenerative conditions. Yes, please.
A question on fasting.
Yes. Yes.
So, what's your recommendation for Ekadashi, number one? First
Sure.
question. Second question is, Indians follow this thing called Chaturmasa,
Ah.
where they have a different type of diet during those July to November months.
Yes.
What's your recommendation on that?
Okay. Regarding fasting, Ekadashi. Ekadashi as a part of our, custom and belief system, we do that. If Ekadashi is taken by a Vata or Pitta or Vata Pitta constitution, go for altered fasting, not complete fasting. You say that I will have only milk in the morning or I will have only fruits in the morning. Don't go for complete fasting, Vata and Vata Pitta constitutions. But for a Kapha constitution, having a complete fasting is a good idea once in a, in a periodical time, no problem. And if you are depleted, sick and weak, better to go for altered upavasam. There are different type of upavasams. Even snanam, bath, there are, mandram, bhaumam, tadagneyam, vayavyan, divyamevacha. If you are not able to take a shower, you are not allowed because of your health reason. There are many other ways of accomplishing that through other snanams. The same way, fasting also, there are different variations in the fasting. You may have to take the right approach according to constitution. Yes, please.
I have one question about sleep. If you go for sleep, but you can't sleep, then what?
If you go to sleep, if you want to sleep, you cannot get sleep, what to do? I will come to Chaturmasam. I missed it, I'll come back. So, there are few things what you can do to facilitate sleep. One is wind down yourself at least half an hour to 45 minutes before you sleep. Don't go for the fighting cinemas and, all this concerning newses and all those things. One, wind down yourself. Second is, there are certain external applications you can do. For example, Kshirabala Thailam, few drops on the Uchi, Brahma, and little bit under the feet. It is a nervine oil. It's a traditional Ayurvedic oil that can help to calm down the nervous system and facilitate better sleep. If you are not allergic to milk, have at least half a cup to 1 cup of warm milk with a small pinch of nutmeg powder. Jai ka? Yeah. So a small pinch of nutmeg powder in warm milk. Sleep, drink that before you sleep. Take some deep breath. These are all simple tips to do that. Try that. If it is not working, come back. Chadurmasam. There are, even in Kerala, there is a Marinda Kanyi. That means medicinal porridge. Now it's time, June, July, when the monsoon comes. So according to, in various geography, different climatic situations, there are traditional way of doing it. That is a positive things to do. That is for that area, that location. In Kerala, why? We get torrential rain after the hot summer. Advira Amala Vipakena, when in the hot earth, when suddenly the rain falls, there will be an acidic change that makes every living system weak. The digestion is weak, the immune system is weak, they are prone to all the epidemics like cholera, etc. So that time, if you take that Marinda Kanyi for 1 month in Karkadaga, that will help you to have better Agni and better Ojas. That's the idea. So the same way in different area, according to the weather, according to various regional system, there is a science behind it. Please follow. Yes. Okay.
What do you do to increase your metabolism, the Agni? How do you make it stronger?
Whatever I mentioned. Of course. You think that this is all I know, but knowing is not enough. Whatever I mentioned today, you all know this already. But please try to implement as much as possible. You will definitely see the changes. If it is really out of control beyond your normal thing, then that may need some real clinical intervention. If you need any guidance, any consultation, etc., let us know, no problem. So, okay, I can take up 1 or 2 questions more because I'm teaching. I had my another teacher helping me for 2 hours. So I'm teaching the practitioners. I just came here for 2 hours. Yes?
People have problems eating wheat. Gluten problem.
Gluten problem. Okay. All right. Now, who created the gluten problem? Right? I have many people, when I eat wheat from here, I get lot of bloating and cramps, etc. When I go to India, no problem. Right? For milk, for wheat, etc. So it's a problem of the wheat and milk or what you are using here as milk and wheat. About 15 or 20 years before, to enrich the nutritional status of wheat, they genetically engineered and modified the wheat with more gluten. Whenever you engineer for your convenience the nature will engineer you. As simple as that. When you make grape seedless, rest be assured you will become seedless. Why? Because grape seed is the number one fertility enhancer that you can get from the nature. Grape seed is a fertility enhancer. So when you make grape seedless, you are making yourself seedless. You are losing one support from nature to be seedful. Okay? The same way, when you make a normal chicken growth in 20 to 24 months, in place of that, you are making it in 20 weeks. Rest be assured, when your children eat that, they will get matured much earlier than when they are supposed to do. Our girls will start menstruating at the age of 8 and 9 and 10. Because we are eating something which is fast grown. It will make us fastly growing, fastly maturing. As simple as that. Manipulating nature is manipulating yourself. Because there is no difference between you and the nature. As simple as that.
Any medications in Ayurveda for this thing?
Yes, there are, for every health condition. I have been a clinician for, this is the 23rd year. When I was in India, I was seeing 30, 40, 50 people a day. And being a clinician, it's not that, I'm running a center and I'm telling that, I can help anybody. This from my heart, I'm telling. I was able to. For my visa purpose in 2010, I asked my resident medical officer to count the number of patients I met at Ayurveda Gram from 2001 May 11 to 2010 April 10. It was 28,631. New patients, not repeats, not follow-ups. So with that experience, I can tell you, there are a lot of natural options available to take care of the health, and provided we want to do that, and we are open to do that. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.